heroes tell us something about ourselves. History books tell us who we used to be, documentaries tell us who we are now, but heroes tell us who we want to be. But, you know, when they made this particular hero, they didn't give him a gun, they gave him a screwdriver to fix things. They didn't give him a tank or a warship or an X-wing fighter, they gave him a call box from which you can call for help. And they didn't give him a superpower or pointy ears or a heat ray. They gave him an extra heart. They gave him 2 hearts. And that's an extraordinary thing. There will never come a time when we don't need a hero like the Doctor.
Doctor Who first came to our screens in 1963, and 40 years later a new series is being made by BBC Wales. And why do you think people love Doctor Who so much?
Because it's the best idea ever invented in the history of the world. I really think so. I love it. But it's great adventure. It tells great stories about the human race, I think, about optimism, and those are good stories to tell in this age.
The big reason that Doctor Who is still with us is because of every single viewer who ever turned on to watch this show at any age, at any time in its history and in their history, and who took it into their heart, because Doctor Who belongs to all of us. Everyone made Doctor Who.
I think the more kind of events that I go to, and you know, over the last year, the more and more I've been learning about the show and meeting people and meeting fans and finding out about the history of the show and kind of just being part of this huge kind of British heritage.
You know, people had told me that the show was popular abroad, but you sort of don't imagine it until you step on stage in Mexico in front of 3,000 people who went absolutely crazy.
Doctor Who fans are truly the best in the world, and River Song has been an absolute pleasure to play because of the huge response from you, the fans.
What would I say to myself? Don't worry, kid. Your life is going to change, and you are going to have an amazing journey. And that's how it makes me. And this would be it. That's how it makes me feel.
I've got this wonderful sort of journey in front of me where I've got this kind of 6 months to build this Time Lord.
It's been an absolute pleasure and a privilege to play the part.
And if I don't take a deep breath and move on now, I never will, and you'll be wheeling me out of the TARDIS in my bath chair. It's been the most brilliant, mad, life-changing time over the last 3.5 years.
I've loved it, I really have, and I'll miss it, but when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Please welcome the 12th Doctor, a hero for a whole new generation. It's Peter Capaldi!
So what was it like to get the call for this part?
Absolutely incredible, because obviously I don't mean I'd spent my whole life walking around saying, I wish I was Doctor Who, or mourning the fact that I wasn't Doctor Who, but when somebody said, you are Doctor Who, I was like, wow, this is like the biggest Christmas present ever.